So, yun na po ang pasahan.
Pasensya na, hindi budget hearing to. Pero,
Wala po eh. Pasensya na po.
Hearing siguro, ano natin, Congressman Jinky, no? Pero anyway, ganito, no? Before Congressman Sia would like to ask questions too. Pero, quite confusing ito eh. Attorney Tulay, Attorney Galinisan. Sapagkat kanina narinig ko na under preventive suspension. Tapos, na-dismiss na. Tapos, exonerated na. Gusto kong malaman, sinong na-exonerate? 12 ba ang na-exonerate? Ilan ang dismiss? Ibig sabihin nung na-dismiss, they're no longer in active service, di ba? Kapagkat narinig ko rin kanina, nasa active service pa yung iba eh. So we'd like to find out from you kung sino nasa active service, kung sino na-dismiss, yung na-exonerate, at hindi lamang yan, sino ang implicated doon sa missing Sabongeros?
Mr. Chair, if I may, again, we're just limited to the complaint of Julie Patidongan because there are other complainants also. Meron din po kaming motu proprio. So, meron pa po kaming ongoing investigations. So, we're just talking about the Julie Patidongan complaint. Yung pong 12 of the 18, all 12 who are still in active service, we have ordered, National Police Commission and Bank has ordered the preventive suspension of these 12. So that is Malinaw, Orapa, Almedilla, Abilian, De La Cruz, Encarnacion, Manrique, Abari, Andes, Muñoz, Martin, and Fulgencio. The other 6, we don't have jurisdiction because they have already been dismissed from the police service. Separated na po. Kung wala na po sa police service, wala na kong jurisdiction ng NAPOLCOM.
Hindi kasama yung 12.
Yung pong 12 po,
among the 18, yan 12 yan, under preventive suspension pa.
Yes, Your Honor.
So yung iba, dismiss na.
Dismiss na po.
Okay.
For other cases po, not Sabong related, Your Honor.
Ilan yung exonerated?
Iba pa po yun, Your Honor. Yung po yung mga active. Yung po sa 12 na to, na naka-preventive suspension, marami po sa kanila ang merong exoneration. I'm absolving IG Tulay sa these cases.
Ang pinag-uusapan natin yung implicated doon sa missing Sabongeros.
Yes.
So we'd like to find out how many policemen were actually implicated doon sa missing Sabongeros na sinabi ni Patidongan.
I'm not privy to that statement of Patidongan. I think si Vice Chair Kalinisan would have the number, Your Honor, because Patidongan filed the complaint before NAPOLCOM, Mr. Chair.
Before NAPOLCOM?
Before NAPOLCOM.
So please, Attorney Kalinisan, ano pong sabi niyo?
Opo. To simplify po, sa Patidongan, sa Julie Patidongan complaint affidavit, he implicated 18, 12 of which are still in active service, and these 12 now have been formally charged with the NAPOLCOM, and they are now under preventive suspension.
Preventive suspension because they were implicated.
Yes, Your Honor. The charge of guilt is strong, and they might get to interfere with the integrity of the investigation. That's why the National Police Commission ordered the preventive suspension of these 12, Your Honor.
Teka muna, linawin natin, no? So they were given preventive suspension because they were implicated sa missing Sabongeros.
Yes, Your Honor.
And that was the complaint filed by the whistleblower.
Julie Totoy Patidongan, Your Honor. Yes,
okay. Sir. Now, you told us kanina there are other complainants. Who are the other complainants?
The brother of Julie Patidongan, Your Honor, Elakim T. Patidongan. He actually sued 3 more people, if I may name them.
Go ahead.
Police Brigadier General Romeo J. Macapas, Police Lieutenant Colonel Rosel D. Encarnacion, and Police Captain Jarius Vincent Consina, Your Honor.
Sino po sila? They are the complainants? What?
Di po, sila po yung respondents po doon sa complaint.
Respondent.
Opo. Sa complaint filed by...
Meron pa nag-complain na mga kaanak ng biktima?
Yes, Your Honor. Kasama po doon sa Julie Patidongan complaint, sir. They are witnesses, corroborating witnesses po doon sa complaint po ni Julie Patidongan alias Totoy, Your Honor.
Narinig ko din sa ibang mga media releases that some of those policemen implicated ay kasama din doon sa tinatawag nating war on drugs. Would they?
From our, not to jump the gun, Your Honor, it appears so.
How many of them? Sapagkat meron akong nalaman na may dalawa that are actually mentioned to have been involved in the reward system on the war on drugs.
For all ultimate candor, Your Honor, I was able to speak with the possible complainant during our investigations. They are supposed to file a complaint also with the National Police Commission, and we are awaiting that complaint to be filed with us, hopefully sometime very soon, Your Honor. From their narration, it appears that the same names have been implicated in the deaths of their relatives, Your Honor.
Okay. Attorney Dulay, you said that you filed administrative case against them and because of that they were dismissed.
Your Honor, the cases were handled by the Internal Affairs Service. These are non-motu proprio cases, meaning it arose from a complaint. This happened around circa 2020 or 2021, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Before the missing Sabongero.
Long before the missing Sabongeros. So, I think the message that's being sent, Mr. Chair, is that those policemen who were implicated in the Julie Patidongan affidavit had record of administrative cases prior to the missing Sabongero case. And insofar as the records are concerned, they were resolved and they were exonerated of those administrative cases, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
The mandate given to the IAS is not only to file administrative cases but also criminal charges. Am I right?
It's part of the mandate by the law, Mr. Chair. The issue that we have now is that there are no implementing rules insofar as the exercise of that mandate to file criminal charges, because there have been no process or procedure given as to how IAS would, in effect, implement its mandate to file criminal charges, because there's a legal issue involved, Mr. Chair. First, there is the prosecutorial service under the Department of Justice, which is really in charge of filing criminal charges and information. So we have to come up with rules so that we are clear as to what our mandate will be to file criminal charges. Will it be going through the National Prosecution Service first, or is it something that the Internal Affairs Service can file directly in court? Which is a question which needs to be discussed, not just within the PNP, but will seek guidance from NAPOLCOM as well as the Department of Justice, Mr. Chair. Your Honor.
Attorney Karimisan, aside from issuing preventive suspensions on them, were there criminal charges filed against those?
None yet, Your Honor, because that's now within the ambit or within the territory of the Department of Justice. Ulitin ko po, nagtutulungan po kami. So, all criminal aspects of the case, we course through them, particularly the Secretary of Justice po, Your Honor.
How about the complaints of the relatives of the victims? They complained. So, were they only corroborating witnesses, for example?
That goes to the merit po, Your Honor. I would love to answer, pero I'm also part of those who will decide on the case, Your Honor.
Okay. Congressman Silla, you have a question?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I just want to untangle some well-connected information for better understanding. Ms. Attorney Kalinisan, no? You mentioned about 18 personalities or police officers that have been charged, or at least linked with the the missing Sabongeros, am I correct, no?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you mentioned about 12 of them have already been charged with the administrative cases, and six of these names were exonerated. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So let me just
Not exonerated for the Sabong, but they have been
not well connected. Yeah, not connected with the missing Sabongeros.
from the 18, Your Honor. So from the 18, 12 have been formally charged, and 6 have been previously exonerated for some other, I think previously dismissed for some other charge, Your Honor.
So it's not well connected with these missing sabongeros.
They are connected in the way that Julie Patidongan implicated them,
Okay.
but they are not charged. The 6 have not been formally charged with the National Police Commission.
Yeah, this is why I want to ask Ias. Now, since 6 of them have been exonerated on issues or charges, partly covers the issue on the investigation of the missing sabongeros. How can that investigation push through? Since part of the charges would cover administrative cases that have already been exonerated. So how do you continue on building up a case which charges partly been exonerated by IAS?
Mr. Chair, there are still ongoing investigations for everyone concerned. So not because they have been not charged formally because they are not policemen anymore, they're still included in our list of those being investigated. In fact, there are names, with the permission of the chair, which we cannot yet reveal, that we're also investigating as of now, but there are no complainants who have filed cases against them. Because we have found certain links that maybe these people, these police officers, may have participated in or may have knowledge or have their fingerprints on the missing Sabongeros case, Your Honor.
So let me get it straight, no? Para maintindihan ko po, Attorney Kalinis. This is because about this is yeah. You want to respond first before I ask my question again.
Yeah, if I may, Your Honor,
July,
Mr.
yeah.
Chair. Just to put everything in context, Mr. Chair, Your Honors, the 18 policemen implicated in the Julie Patidongan affidavit, of the 18, 6 were dismissed long before the Julie Patidongan affidavit.
These cases are not in a way connected with the missing Sabongeros.
I would not even say they were connected because the dismissal happened way back in 2023, which was a year or two before this missing Sabongeros issue came about, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Of the 6 who were dismissed, there were also remaining 12 people in the affidavit which are still in the active service. Okay. And being in the active service, they are still within the jurisdiction of the NAPOLCOM as well as the Philippine National Police. And of the 12 remaining still in the active service, a record check of their service record would reveal that they had faced, prior to the missing Sabongero issue also, administrative cases for which they were exonerated. So that is the context by which the 12 in the 12 of the 18 and 6 of the 18 are being looked at right now, Your Honor. So it's relevant only, Mr. Chair and Your Honor, because if the policeman was dismissed way back in 2023, administratively, both the IAS as well as the NAPOLCOM would no longer have jurisdiction over them because they've been dismissed from the service. How would they hold them accountable? Then there's only one avenue left, basically, and it's a criminal prosecution for those 6 who are no longer in the active service, but not for an administrative case.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for that. Basta, can you still, for example, if all of these 18 and those who have been dismissed or exonerated, all of a sudden, with the investigation of the missing Sabongeros, came out with an evidence that may, for the NAPOLCOM or for the IAS, may again revisit the previous decision, can that still be legally binding for the filing of a criminal charge?
Actually, Your Honor, there's already a case before NAPOLCOM. They already filed a complaint. And of the 12, it's a new case actually, Your Honor, the one that's being heard by Vice Chair Kalinisan. It's an entirely new administrative case for the 12. Because insofar as the 6 are concerned, we no longer have jurisdiction over them. They're dismissed from the service. But for the 12, it's a new case actually. It's a new case for the 12 policemen based on the affidavit of the new whistleblower, Julie Patidongan. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Congressman Jinky, would you like to interject? Do you have a question before I continue?
Yes, for clarity, Chairman Kalinisan, out of 12,
Yes, ma'am.
which has pending cases